Thank you very much. Where the CFO will be in charge, something to think about. May I please invite to the stage Mr. Hamza Hashmi, who's the CEO of Terabase, for the conference opening remarks. Please give him a big round of applause.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. President ICAP, Mr. Abdul Rahim Surya, Honorable Dr. Ishrat Hussain, Dean and Director, Institute of Business Administration, Karachi, Mr. A.M. Raman, Vice President SAFA, distinguished ICAP members, members of media, CFOs and professionals from financial and corporate world, Assalamu alaikum. It is my privilege to address this auspicious gathering of top CFOs in a conference organized by the ICAP in collaboration with Terabase. I am thankful to ICAP for having confidence in Terabase, and we look forward to forge a strong partnership with them. I am positive that after the conclusion of today's event, participants will feel not only much more informed about the significance of their role, they would be asking as to why this event was not held before. For today's event, I must express my gratitude to main sponsors SAP and Allied Bank of Pakistan, the gold sponsors Faisal Bank and Askari Bank, UBL fund managers for silver sponsorship, Anglo Corporation, MCB, Pakistan State Oil and Pakistan Petroleum Limited for becoming associate sponsors. I'm also grateful to other sponsors for CFO conference like Mizan Investment for lunch sponsorship, Business Plus for electronic media partnership, Business Recorder for print media partnership, CIO Pakistan as technology media partners, and Symmetry for digital media partnership. For those, and I believe there are many who are not aware of Terabase, let me very quickly give you a synopsis of what Terabase is all about and what our achievements are. We are basically a business information firm with a distinction of bringing over 20 international management experts and speakers in Pakistan for various events in the last 2 years. Our panel of trainers include the European Champion of Public Speaking, Simon Bucknell, and Dr. Sunil Gupta, the Global Master Trainer of Dr. Edward de Bono, creator of de Bono Thinking Tools. Coming back to the conference, I would like to once again say thanks to all the registered participants and guests. Your presence and support is the greatest motivation and encouragement for us to continue producing such conventions and conferences and making efforts for management development in Pakistan. We have included a feedback form for all of you to fill. Please note that your response provides us information that are useful in organizing future such events. Also, please feel free to ask for any assistance or help to make your learning experience as good as possible. I thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hamza. While I was sitting down at about 8:45 or 9 o'clock, there was a gentleman on the left side, or my right, your left side of the audience, who was talking, I don't know, I just overheard the word collaboration. And repeatedly what Surya Saab also mentioned and what Hamza mentioned, conferences and discussions like these are just not possible without collaboration. Industry collaboration, sponsor collaboration, and industry experts. Without any further ado, I'd like to invite the keynote, the conference keynote, who needs no introduction. Please put your hands together for Dr. Ishrat Hussain, who's the Dean and Director of IBU.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here at this CFO conference, for which I want to congratulate the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan for putting together this get-together of professionals in the finance. I am not aware that any such event had taken place in the past, and therefore this is an extremely important initiative, and I hope that this will continue. One of the reasons that I have been a frequent participant in the ICAP events for the last 10 years is the highest standards of professionalism which this institute has exhibited. I've traveled, I'm invited to international conferences, I meet industry leaders, and it gives me a great pleasure when people tell me that the chartered accountants qualified from Pakistan are highly sought after. And this is a tribute to the highest standard of professionalism which you have maintained. At my various interactions with other professional groups like the lawyers, the doctors, the other quantity and professional surveyors, there is a great deal which they can learn from the standards and the procedures which this institute has laid down during the last 50 years of Pakistan's history. Because the world today is just not going to stand for any compromises on the quality of intellectual resources. The knowledge-based economy is going to give premium to those who bring with them the latest knowledge and creativity as far as the solution to the problems of the world are concerned. Therefore, if you look at those professions which will be in great demand, they will all be related to the intellectual services, whether it is architecture, whether it is textile designing, whether it is law, whether it is accountancy. These are IT, these are the professions which will be driving the demand for skilled resources in the world. And for Pakistan and the young Pakistanis, where the demographics are very favorable, it is a very important and opportune time, because the aging population starting with Japan and then spilling over to Europe and then to the United States and beyond 2050 even in China, opens up a lot of space for South Asians who would be in a very favorable demographic binge to take advantage of the opportunities which the market conditions for professional services and intellectual resources would present themselves in the next 20, 30 years. So the more you equip yourself, the more you work hard, and the more you attain the highest standard of your own profession, I'm sure that you would be able to capture very key positions in the world economy over time. So my request to all of you is that please try to look to the future, especially as young men and women who complain to me now that I'm in academia that they cannot find jobs in the country or outside the country, and I tell them these are the 10 professions where the world is looking for people and they can't find the people. So perhaps there is a mismatch between the supply and the demand in the educated labor force. And I do not think any chartered accountant qualified by ICAP would ever be without a job. Let me now turn to the topic which has been assigned to me this morning, which is what is the business environment going to look like and what the CFO's role is. I would like to start by saying that the world is becoming more uncertain, unpredictable, and unforeseeable